Camelot 331 here, and it's the Great Resignation, boys. Is it real? Is it a real thing? I feel like there's people in power right now that would like to tell you that it's not, but I'm here to tell you it is. What is the Great Resignation, everybody? Is it my bowels relieving themselves? No. Joke number one falls flat. The Great Resignation is this common theme of the vast majority of people leaving their jobs. Leaving their jobs after the pandemic for a number of reasons. Those reasons being terrible pay, terrible benefits, terrible treatment. No one gives a damn about you. That's a big one. No respect given to employees that are given their life, hours of their life to a company. And the companies could care less. No bonuses. Oh, we're cutting your bonuses, even though we had record profits this year, which was almost every single company that was open during 2020 had record profits. But guess what they didn't do? Increase the pay of their associates. They actually fired a lot of them to maximize said profits. Shocking. And they're doing it right now. And people are kind of fed up. People are starting to get on the Antiwork train, and I don't damn blame them. All right? Disclaimer, I'm not against working. It can be fulfilling. But for a price. We're not robots, all right? Regardless of how good you think people are and how you prey on morally driven people, you're going to have to pay them more. You can't pay them less. And that's what these bosses are kind of finding out right now. And I feel like it's slightly correcting itself because of the idea of anti-work. And today we're going to go through the greatest examples that I could possibly give to you on what the hell is going on. Oh my gosh, the Great Resignation. Are you happy where you work? Are you happy with your pay rate? Maybe you should leave, because now is the damn time. So let's go ahead and jump into this stuff. Check this out. This stuff is on the r/Antiwork Reddit, a huge Reddit that's growing in popularity extremely fast, because why the hell would I work for $7 an hour? I don't really understand it either. This one right here says, my boss exploded. Not literally, hopefully. After the third person quit in a span of 2 weeks due to overwork and short-staffed issues, he slammed his office door and told us to gather around. He went in the most boomerific rant possible. I can only paraphrase. Well, Mike is out. Great. Just goes to show that nobody actually wants to get off their ass and work these days. Life isn't easy, and people like him need to understand that. He wanted weekends off knowing damn well we're understaffed. He claimed it was family issues or whatever. I don't believe the guy. Just hire a sitter. Thanks for everything y'all do. What? You guys are the only hope for this generation. We all looked around and another guy quit 2 hours later. Yeah, that's definitely a way to keep your staff for sure. Freaked the hell out on him because a guy wanted to spend more time with his family. Choosing your family over a job, which I feel like is a pretty damn noble thing to do. And saying people are afraid to get off their asses and work, yeah, it's probably because you pay them $8 an hour to do so. And you probably get off weekends because you're the owner or the manager. And hire a sitter? You know how much a sitter is? What if you're making $15 an hour and a sitter is $10 an hour and you have to work 16 hours? You're making $5 an hour after that. No, that's even less. That's even less, damn you. But what about the raises, the pay rate in the Great Resignation? Check this out. This says my raise was 1.75%, so I quit today. Today I found out my raise was only 1.75%. After not getting a raise for the last 2 years, I was promised that I'd be getting a 15% raise. Doubt it. But it was verbally, so I have no record of it. Shocking. I tried talking to my boss about it, but he kept blowing me off. So after he left for lunch today, I left my keys on his desk, clocked out, and went to lunch. I texted him that I quit effectively right now. I was doing the work of 3 people. It was not worth the stress for $49K a year. I know it will hurt them pretty bad to lose me, and I do not have another job lined up, but I'll start looking tomorrow. Shocking. Unfortunately, Mr. Old Boss, you have to treat employees better, not just talk about it. It's kind of how that works. And that's another big issue is people working the job of like 5 or 6 people and not getting paid anymore. I've actually heard stories of people getting another position and they called it something else where they had to handle 3 other departments, but they got no raise. Yet all the owners and all the executives are getting millions and millions of dollars in raises. Kind of weird, right? And the reason you have to work in those 3 locations by yourself and handle more responsibility is because they fired people, because they realized they could just fire people and make people work in more departments and they get all that more profit. Think of if they do that with 8 people per store in a big box store. That's $200,000 per store versus 4,000 stores. You know how much money that is? Straight into their pockets, baby. But what about this one? I've dealt with stuff like this in the past. It says, I was told $40,000 a year salary over the phone. And during the interview, they changed it to $8 an hour. Wow, check this out right here. It says, okay, so I got an engineering degree, and I got a phone call for a $40,000 a year job. I thought, all right, cool, finally something. Get to the interview today, and during the interview, they said it was a contract that starts at $8 an hour for 9 months. And then after that, they may consider $40,000. Dude, they do this all the time in the interview process. They slipped up. Because before discussing pay, they were telling me about a project that expect to last at least 8 to maybe 9 months. 15 minutes later, they told me it was a contract instead. Shocking. I asked, so is the contract only because of that project? The two guys interviewing me looked at each other, and about 2 seconds of silence, one of them says no. I asked them, okay, so if I hired you for $8 an hour to work at my company, could you live off that? I'm worth $40,000 a year. I have experience, knowledge, and skills. You're paying me for those things, not just for the work that needs to be done, and that's not a negotiation. The older guy snapped back at me and said, look, son, I started off at $2 an hour washing shit off chicken eggs, and I cut him off there and snapped back. So is me designing for your company worth only $6 more than washing the poop off the chicken eggs? Shocking. I was told to leave and I wasn't welcome on company property anymore. I'm so tired. Wife makes roughly $27K a year as a teacher, and the best I can find as an engineer is an $8 an hour job. We both agreed to never have kids because of how expensive things are. That's for damn sure. Look, I live in Alabama, all right? There's people in trailer parks having like 8 kids, and I'm like, what you doing? That's not the smart thing to be doing. What are we even supposed to do? Shocking. A little bit of a mini rant. I'm so frustrated right now. That's what happens. I've had interviews in the past over and over where they change the salary from 40, 50 grand a year down to almost nothing because now I'm in the door and then they think they can sell it to me. Sorry, I know my damn worth, and you should know yours as well. That's very important. But look at this, another good reason, because I don't know what it is about the entitlement of these people that are hiring, but check this out. This says, hi, I was in a panel interview and was asked the question, what do you know about our company? I answered, the benefits are great, and was cut off by a manager who gathered her things and began to leave. Then she stated, you just want to work here to get insurance, ? And continued, that's what you said. I said, no, she misheard me. I said the total benefits package and getting paid is also a positive. It was an attempt to break the ice. It didn't work. She ended the interview. She spoke over several other people in the panel. I'm scratching my head. I thought it was a neutral statement. Shocking. Shocking. They want a bootlicker, baby. That's what it's all about. The entire issue is, why do companies ask, hey, what do you want? Why do you want to work here? It's like, dude, I want to pay my damn mortgage. Are you kidding me? I want to pay my mortgage. It's the money and benefits. No, it's because I want to make you profit. Obviously, it's the money and the damn benefits. And they get mad when you say that? That's insane to me. So this one right here says, my boss had the audacity to text me on my day off asking me to drive 30 minutes to work to give the new girl that she hired and scheduled a key to open the building that she forgot to give. And I told my stepdad about it and that I said no. And he said I wasn't being a team player. No surprising. He's a corporate shill. Poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part. That's for damn sure. That should be put on a damn plaque. Poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part. And that is for damn sure. Never, ever, ever. Check this one out. It says, my boss laughed at me for wanting a $3,000 bonus. Company started offering $3,000 signing bonuses for all new employees. I've heard about this a lot. So I asked my boss if I could have the $3,000 and was laughed at. Quit my job the next day. New employer offered me $4,000 signing bonus. Wow. Imagine that. Imagine that. And I've noticed that. There's all these incentives on getting new employees, like higher pay and bonuses, but they don't give it to their loyal employees. Why do you think people are leaving in droves, you dumbasses? Shocking. I was told by my manager to lie on a weekly safety survey. This company has been in the news a lot recently because of their actions and inactions during a tornado and the deadly aftermath. Shocking. Is it Amazon? Is it the candle company? Today I walked into my shift and my manager comes straight over to me and tells me, you need to answer the weekly safety survey that everything is 100% safe, because they got to lie about it. So I respond with, well, I don't feel like everything's 100% safe at this site, so I answer those questions accordingly. Manager then asks, what do I mean? So I tell all of my concerns. I told the manager all the other managers I've brought this up to over the past year and that I've reported my concerns to HR. The manager then says, well, I'll bring this up to the higher level managers and see if any changes can be made, but the safety survey needs to be answered that the site is 100% safe. So they got to lie. So I then ask, so are you guys saying that I should lie and say everything's safe even when I don't think that's true? The manager's response was, the survey just needs to be answered and say it's 100% safe. And this one's like my favorite. It says, I work as a consultant and somewhat specialize in my field, meaning there really aren't many people that do what I do. Anyways, 3 years ago, I was working for one of the biggest environmental consulting firms out there. I have 15 years of experience, and the industry standard is generally that after 10 years of experience in the field, you receive the 4th week of vacation time. I was receiving 3 weeks. So I talked to a partner to help me write up a polite and friendly letter describing rational reasons why it made sense for me to get another week. Well, shocking, they did not allow it, and they were pissed about it, so we quit. Well, now it's 3 years later. That firm contacted me probably once a month asking me to come back. My old job is still posted. They verbally offered me 30% more money and the 4th week's vacation. They have about 4 different people contacting me regularly. In the end, they saved a week of vacation time. What's that worth? $2,000 to put me in my place. I love this. F you, Greg. The Great Resignation is real. And until these bosses change and these owners and these executives and these corporations, until they change, people are going to continue to leave. People know their self-worth, okay? Every single company out there keeps boasting to their investors how happy they are that they're making record profits. We hear that. It's public knowledge, you dumbasses. So, of course, if it doesn't come down to your entry-level associates up to your management in those stores, they're going to leave. And you don't need to act surprised. Maybe not buy a damn 3rd yacht. Maybe not a 10th Ferrari. You'll be all right. Pay your people a little bit more, and you might have some more profit coming your way. But unfortunately, I doubt it because you're never going to change. Because to change would be to admit that you were wrong. And people don't do that. They would rather die than do that. That's just how people are. If you go to Twitter right now, you'll see that's the case. People would rather die than admit they're wrong. And that's all I have for you today. Are you part of the Great Resignation? Comment down below what's going on in your life. Like the video, share it with everybody you damn know. And until next time, get the hell on it. Doggone it. Bye. Yeah. That one gets me fired up every time.